All right, all right, all right. We are back. I'll give a couple minutes for people to jump on. Let me know if this video is choppy at any point. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'll give you guys a couple minutes and then we will get right to all things macros, which I know is such a hot topic. Good, good, good. Gosh, I hope this connection is good. Okay, say hi when you're back on. Welcome back to those who were on the nutrition, and welcome to anybody who is new, especially if this is your first event with me. All right, take one more minute to let people jump on. The first part of this will be explaining what macros are, why we track, what's the long-term benefit, just to make sure we all have a really good picture of why the heck would we take the time to track our macros, right? Then I'm actually going to screen share MyFitnessPal. I'm going to show you how to set up MyFitnessPal, how to pre-plan your macros, how to go to a restaurant and track whatever meal you want, how to track alcohol and still hit your macros. And then I'll go through a couple of issues that I see ladies have all the time, We'll get those all sorted. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and get started, okay? All right, say hi. I see you guys on here, but I see no one saying hi. Say hi to each other. Let's chat, right? All the love. It's Christmas. Okay, cool. So what are macros? Remember, protein, carb, fat, and alcohol, okay? Alcohol has no biological use for our body, okay? Also, when we drink alcohol and we eat, your body has to metabolize the alcohol before it will metabolize the food. So keep that in mind, okay, when you're tracking. Hello, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Okay, protein. I'm just going to get right through this. Protein repairs muscle tissue. Carbohydrate grows muscle tissue. Fat plays a very important role in hormone regulation, okay? There's also quite a bit of studies that fat plays a role in mental health as well. I believe all three do. Cool. Oh yeah, fat is long-term energy in the body. Carbohydrate is short-term energy in the body, which is why things like HIIT, sprints, intervals, weightlifting, CrossFit, all of that, carbohydrate is the primary fuel source for those type of activities. If you're doing more like a half marathon or a marathon, running or hours of cycling, fat will be your primary fuel source. That is why so many CrossFit athletes have ended up in the hospital doing a low carb, high fat diet because they're feeding their body the opposite macro of what their body really needs. Okay, why do we track? What do macros do for you, right? Easy, effective, efficient, and sustainable fat loss. It allows us to help your body keep and pack on muscle mass while we shed fat mass, right? With keto and with other diets, the scale loses a lot. So you're like, oh my God, I lost so much weight. But a lot of it is muscle mass. Tracking macros with weightlifting allows you to gain muscle mass, shed fat, right? This is called quality weight loss or body recomposition. We're recompositioning our body to have less fat and to have more muscle mass. It's a beautiful process. Okay. It is super easy to manipulate your physique, to change your physique, right? Instead of struggling, like, I hope this diet works, I hope this works, I hope this works. Macros are a surefire way to see exceptional results as long as you are putting in the effort and the intention to be compliant. That is a huge thing. If you're tracking roughly, or if you track like sometimes when it's convenient, don't expect results, right? You get out what you put in, right? Just like everything else. Okay. Sets our mind and body up to thrive with max mental clarity and energy. So now sleep, stress, water, right? Those things also play a role. But when you are on the right macros, tracking consistently, your mental health improves. You have less brain fog and more mental clarity. You have more natural energy. Life is seriously so much easier and you feel happier just simply by getting on the right nutrition. The bloat goes away, your digestive health and all that. You're more regular. Like everything improves when you're on the right macros for your body. Okay. I say this all the time, and I did say this in the nutrition training this morning. I love macros for my clients because you can get laser specific on one individual at a time. There's nothing generalized about macros. It is, what is the client experiencing mentally, physically, that's the thing. What is the result the client is having that week? We do weekly measurements, photos, weight, right? All that kind of stuff. Is that what we want? Or does nutrition need to change? This is a big problem with like Macros Inc. or Noom or the other ones. Although those are great companies that can give you some success, the fact is your body has to have specific macros for you that change as your body needs for you to have long-term success. Just like weightlifting, if you did the exact same workout routine every week for a year, you'll see great results the first 4 or 6 weeks or so. You'll plateau eventually, right? Awesome. I see in the chat you want with help knowing, my God, words this morning, help knowing the right macros. You got it. We'll reach out to DM to you. Okay, awesome. Macros also give you the ability to balance your social life, balance holidays, balance summer, balance whatever it is, and still see weekly results, week after week after week after week, right? That's what we want. We want to feel confident in our skin. Macros is the fastest, most effective, and most sustainable way there is, at least that I know of. Okay. Here is a random question that some people say. Do I have to track macros forever? Absolutely not. What I have my ladies do is we get them to the physique they want. A lot of ladies like nice flat stomach, lifted butt, beautiful shoulders, like just a very feminine but toned physique. Curvy but toned. You know what I mean? Very feminine and sexy, that type of way. Now, when you get to that point, when you get to the point you're like, oh my God, I love my physique, you can get a lot more rough with tracking. You can track maybe half of the week if you would like. Will it affect your results a little bit? Sure. But it goes into a little bit more of an intuitive eating style. So you're like, okay, now I've practiced macros. I've gotten my body to a new set point. I know what it feels like to be needing protein, needing fat, needing carbohydrate. So now I can just kind of listen to myself more instead of track every single thing. But it is so worth it to track until you get there. 100%. Otherwise, you'll always be fighting to get there, right? Just commit, track, be on the right macros, get to your goal, and then life gets really easy at that point. Okay. Let's see what else. Now, long-term benefit, get to your goal weight, easily maintain, right? Just like I said, easily manipulate muscle growth, right? So if you're like, I want to grow my shoulders, but I don't really want to grow my legs, no problem. There is a way to, I don't want to say front load nutrition, but there is essentially a way to, the easiest word is manipulate your nutrition to specifically grow target muscles on different lift days. I think that's like the easiest way to put it. If you want to grow your shoulders and your shoulders are your priority for that training program and you train shoulders on Monday, then you need to have higher carb day on Monday to support the extra growth that you're wanting to achieve. Okay. Now, we can't spot reduce fat loss. So if you're like, I carry it all in my thighs, that's okay. Just give it time. Just keep shedding that fat through nutrition and they will go down. Guaranteed. Okay. All right. Ensure you're getting enough protein. So that's a long-term benefit. Tracking macros that are right for you ensures you are getting enough protein, more muscle mass, right? Maintain your muscle mass, which is essential for strength, for normal life strength, picking up kids, all the physical abilities that you have, right? Well, you also want strong bones. You also want healthy aging, right? Macros does help you age slower, but weightlifting does so even more. Weightlifting and impact is the only way to help really strengthen those bones, okay? With enough protein as well. You really need both in the equation. Strong bones, healthy mind, healthy body. Protein, lift weights. All the macros, but if you had to focus on one, focus on protein. Okay. Being on the right macros helps with hormone regulation tremendously. If you have hormone issues, it might be because of your nutrition. It's amazing how much it plays a role, actually. Optimal functioning metabolism, right? If you want to be a fat burning machine, be on the right macros over time. It's again, I keep saying it's amazing. Macros are like medicine, in my opinion, hugely. High quality of life and health. macros are, because A, you feel your best because you're on the right nutrition for your body, but B, there's no restriction, right? There's moderation in portion sizes, but there's no restriction. Like I was saying in the nutrition teaching, you can really fit in anything you like, which I'll go into right now. All right. Now, I am going to share my MyFitnessPal, okay? If you guys have questions, just drop them in the chat. This is going to be a bit more interactive. Oops, because I know there's so much confusion. And so I really want to make sure that you guys fully understand. Okay. Let me just make this bigger for myself. Who is currently, say it louder for people tonight, who is currently tracking macros? Me in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Do you currently track? Are you thinking about tracking / trying to learn? Or are you like, what the hell are macros? Let me know, okay? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, now I'm on my iPad, so it's gonna look a little bit different. I do have a screenshot to show you on my phone as well, okay? So the first thing we wanna do is set up your MyFitnessPal. So you can see in the top, mine say carbs, fat, protein, and calories. That's how we want the top of yours to look, okay? Definitely buy the pro version for a year. It's vital. If you track macros, you have to have the pro. It will make your life so much easier. If you go on myfitnesspal.com on a computer or a browser, it's cheaper than if you buy it through the app store. I have no idea why. And then you just log in on the app. It's crazy. One of my clients got it for half price, $40 for the whole year, okay? Definitely get MyFitnessPal Pro right now if you don't have it. Okay, so we're gonna set up your macro goal. So you click on more, you click on goals, and then right under where it says nutrition goals, this is where you're going to set your macros. I hope you guys can see this. Let me know if you have any issues, okay? Now, don't worry about percentages. Do not even worry about percentages. We want grams, okay? So make sure up here, right, you can see grams. Uh-oh. What was mine? Shoot. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, now, the one thing I do want to show you, which I'm going to zoom a little bit. If you are on a 5-day low, 2-day high split, you can actually do that by setting daily goals. I personally am. I have 5 days of 1850 calories and then 2 days of like 2300 or something like that. Oh, it says right here. Yeah, 1850, 2258. Okay. Then MyFitnessPal will automatically change your macros depending on the day you're on, which is awesome. So first and foremost, this is vital. You can completely ignore the goal MyFitnessPal sets for you. They set the protein so low, so just ignore that. If you have never tracked macros and if you have no idea what to start it at, set it for 40% protein, 30% on the others, okay? And I know I said focus on gram, but if you're like lost in the sauce, it's a good start. Okay, sweet. So now you have your goal. Okay, so now you're in your food diary. Let's say the top of your food diary says calories. This is how many you have left. You're just gonna tap the top 3 buttons at the very top. So I tapped right here. Okay, tap that. Then instead of calorie focus, you want that second option that says macro focused. Okay, great. All right, now the difference with the phone and the tablet. You can see on the tablet, my macros are here, right? But in the phone, your macros are on the top, okay? So I want to make sure you have your macros on the top. If they're in a percentage, tap them and it will change to gram. We don't care about percentages. It really doesn't matter because relative to what? Just the meal, right? But let's say your percentage goal is 30% fat, but then for breakfast, your fat percentage is like 60. There's so much confusion, but it's like, no, I just want to lift at night. So I want to eat more protein and fat for breakfast. It's just so much confusion, right? So just make sure it says grams. Okay. Okay. Now, I believe this is a screenshot, so I can't click it, but I believe right here is how you set that up. Okay. Let me know if you have questions. I got you. All right, cool. Okay, let me know if you have any questions so far. Christy, I just do it. You tell me, yeah, and you're looking shredded, woman. You look beautiful. Okay, now so let's go to more at the very bottom, right? Okay, and then we're gonna go to settings right here. And then we're gonna go to diary settings. Take a screenshot. Okay, this is what it should look like. Show carb, protein, and fat by meal. That is how you get the number under breakfast, right there. Track net carbs off forever. We want to track all the food that we're eating, okay? Cool. Now, the very bottom, show the timestamps, your call. Sometimes I have it off, sometimes I have it on. Just tells you what time you're eating if you're interested in that, okay? Great. Okay. Now, let's see. Let me go back to diary settings. There is a space that asks you if you want to track your steps and activity. Here, yeah, right here. So you click more, then you click steps. Do not track steps or activity because that will just keep adding food, but your activity and your lifestyle should already be accounted for in your macros, okay? So don't add any of that. Otherwise, you'll kick yourself out of a deficit so fast. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now, let me actually just quickly add my apple that I just ate. Okay. All right, so keys to hitting macros. Commit to it, even when it's not convenient. This is a huge one. Is tracking your macros convenient all the time? No. Is brushing your teeth convenient all the time when you're tired, or washing your makeup off when you're tired? No. Do you do it? Hopefully, right? To keep our skin healthy and glowing. We track macros even when it's not convenient to keep our body fit, healthy, and glowing. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's inconvenient. It is the best thing to do to set yourself up for a life of success and really loving your body. Okay. Okay, the more you do it, the more you will enjoy the structure and definitely the results. If you consistently track, you should be getting results every single week, depending what phase of training you're in. Deficit, surplus, maintenance, that type of thing. Sometimes in maintenance, it could be like every 4 weeks that you're seeing results. You should still be seeing your clothes fitting a little bit different. The results are still there, just not as much as in a deficit, right? I like my ladies to lose about 1.5 to 2 pounds for those who want fat loss, depending their starting weight. If you're really petite, like 1 pound, right? Okay, cool. Practice without a defeated mindset, right? So like today, it is currently 11:30, and this is all I've had today. 460 calories. Is that optimal? No, not at all, actually. That's poor planning. So I could get pissed off and be like, I suck at tracking macros, or just deal with it and just move on, right? Just fix it for the rest of the day. It's just practice. That's what we need to remember. Think about when you're in like 3rd grade writing cursive. They don't even teach anymore. You're like, man, this is my first month of trying cursive and I'm just not an expert at it. I quit. How silly is that, right? Practice the lifestyle you want. Eventually, you'll have that lifestyle. Okay. Excellent. Now, pre-plan your macros is the best way to have success. If you are new to macros, you must pre-plan your macros. And when I'm on my low-calorie days, I do pre-plan my macros or I will not set myself up for success. So I'm actually going to walk you through how to pre-plan, but I'm going to also solve some of your issues, like which one do I pick? There's so many options. How do I change something to grams if it says cups? We got macros at the top. We got grams instead of percentages. Okay. Well, we're going to start with those, okay? So I am just, and actually let me do it on tomorrow because I don't have that many calories. Now, we're going to pre-plan, okay? Here is the process. Protein first. First. I like to exhaust my protein, so I have 135. I like to exhaust it to about 30 because other foods have protein in it, okay? So breakfast, I'm just going to do this pretty quick, okay? So let's just do egg white. Okay, it should pop right up. Yep. So I like to have about 30 grams of protein per meal. That's a pretty good sweet spot. If you're looking here, 150 grams of egg white is only 16 grams of protein. So I'll probably bump that up to, let's go like 215, 23. So that's fine for now. Now I want to bring your attention to this. Let me know if you guys need any help seeing this, okay? If you click on grams, there we go. Sometimes it will show 3 tablespoons, right? All you have to do is click on it, and then it will have all these other options, okay? So grams, you can see at the top there. Ounces, right here. And then milliliters. These are the best ones to choose, okay? Grams and milliliters on your food scale and in MyFitnessPal are the same, okay? I always do grams or milliliters, it doesn't matter. Okay, 215. That's how many grams of egg whites I'll eat. I always add vegetables, and so I think, okay, what vegetables are in my fridge right now? I have green beans. Awesome. Okay. Search. Okay, 1 cup. Bam, gram. Minimum, I do 150 a meal, minimum. Because in 3 meals, 150 grams per meal is 450, right? And we want about 400 to 500 gram veggie goal per day. Okay. Now, so I'm just doing protein and veg right now, okay? So lunch. I know for a fact I have chicken in my fridge. I have my rotisserie. I'm going to go a little quick, okay? 4 ounces. Dinner, I have bison in there that I'm about to cook. Now, I'll probably do 4 ounces. I may change this because there's quite a bit of fat, okay? Now, I have 56 grams of protein, but I want to exhaust it to 25 or 30 grams. Therefore, I need to add a protein snack. Okay, well, I love Good Culture, low-fat cottage cheese. So let's just add this one. Let's just start off at let's do 150. Okay, that puts my protein at 37. I'm good there for now. Okay, now let's add in all the vegetables. Okay, well, for lunch, maybe I'll do a chicken salad sandwich. Okay, cool. So what vegetables can you put in a chicken salad sandwich? You could have romaine lettuce in there. Okay. I normally don't weigh my romaine, honestly. I just take a huge handful, 3 calories, right? Just take a huge handful. I could do tomato. Okay, that's fine, 50. That's probably fine. Maybe even bits of cucumber might be nice. Little diced cucumbers. Maybe I'll just add, maybe I'll do that. It sounds kind of good. Oops. Cucumber. Okay, let's do 50. Cool. So it's about 175 grams of vegetable, but I think probably the romaine will be less. Okay, I'm just going to add the whole lunch because I already know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to go Dave's Killer small slice, or actually I can just do, yeah, I'll just do 1 slice and maybe do like a half sandwich. Great. See, now look how annoying that is on the lunch. Part of it says 11:20, part of it says 11:25. That's why it's like, do you really need the timestamp in there? Maybe. Okay, sweet. So now we're still doing vegetables. So for dinner, I know I have some okra in there. So let's just do some okra. Bam, I'm set on vegetables, okay? Great. Now you just fill in the rest. Now I have 133 carb, 44 fat, and I have some protein, which will probably weed itself out with the other foods. Okay, so for breakfast, I have egg white and green bean. Let's go ahead and add a side of banana. 121, I usually don't weigh my banana. That's like a large banana. And then maybe I'll throw some honey on it because I love honey. And I'll do 10. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at how many carbs I have for that meal. So, weird, it's not showing me. I'm going to say this is carbohydrate. Okay, actually, I'm going to go like this. Okay, so this is carbohydrate, this is fat, this is protein. Y'all see that? Okay. 46 grams of carb for one meal. That's enough. Some days I have over 300 grams of carbs, so I could fill it. For most of you guys, this will be plenty, okay? Almost 30 grams of protein, great. 1 gram of fat. I like to save my fat for when I'm not about to lift, and I do lift in the morning these days. Personally, I'm not going to change it. You can definitely add fat if you'd like. Okay, great. I still have a lot left. So I have 43 grams of fat left, so I might add it. Okay, now lunch is good. So let's do some condiments in there. So let's do some mayo and mustard. Okay, 1 gram. I'll probably do 10. Okay, and then I'll probably add some mustard. Okay, 1 gram, maybe 8. It's just a guess, just kind of knowing the measurements, right? So for dinner, I have bison and okra. Okay, well, I have some pasta down there. I have some green lentil penne. So how about I'll make that. Now, let's talk about this real quick because it's like, oh my God, there's so many options. What the heck do I choose? Okay. The ones with the green check mark are a better option than those without it because that's saying that MyFitnessPal has verified it to be accurate. The best thing to do is look at your nutrition label to make sure, okay? But if you don't have either of those options, look at the average calories. So if you look on the very right side, you see 290, 281, 300, 300, 310, 300, 200, 290. All about the same. The lowest is 200, the highest is 380. I'll probably choose 300 right here. Okay, picking the average. Let me know if you have questions. It's actually the brand I have. Okay. Be cautious with pasta because this, I'll tell you right now, is 3 ounces dry, but it doesn't tell you. 99% of the time when pasta is on here, it's dry, okay? If you've already cooked it and you're like, what the heck do? I double it. So if I weighed 6 ounces cooked, I would track it like this, okay? Are you guys following me so far? Let me know in the chat. You guys good to go so far? Is this helping? Let me know. Okay, so I'll probably do, gosh, this one is tough. I'll go half. Me personally, because I'm in maintenance / going into a deficit, I would track 3 ounces cooked and track it like this. Oh, excuse me. I would weigh 3 ounces cooked and I would track it like this, right? I'm doubling. Good. I'm glad this is helpful. Cool. Okay, great. Look, my protein's already down to 18. Well, I need some sauce, right? So I think I have marinara in my fridge or somewhere. Okay, half a cup. We don't do that, right? We want grams, millimeters, ounces. Okay, I'll try probably like 40. Let's go 35. Again, that's just understanding what it looks like on the scale. It will come with practice, okay? Sweet. Lots of carbs, lots of fat left. Okay, now snacks. Okay, what else do I love to eat? Well, I have mangoes. Oh yeah, guys, ladies, we need to do fruit. Sorry about that. We need fruit. Okay, so mango, definitely grams, and I'm going to do 150. Okay. So 300 grams of fruit for the day. So how much fruit do I have? Okay, about 300 now, right? With the banana, And then I have mango. Awesome. Okay, well, for dinner, maybe I should have some dessert as well. I love frozen cherries with honey on top. So I'll have that for dessert. And also it helps me get in my, look at that. It's only 8 grams of carb. Erica Garza, if you were on here, add cherries. High fiber, low carb. Well, I didn't check the fiber actually. Okay, cool. And then we'll add some honey, 10 grams. Great. Now I have lots of fat. So let's add some fat snacks. Walnuts are a great snack. I enjoy them very much. 15 grams is fine. Okay, so now I have cottage cheese, mango, and walnuts for snack. I have pasta, bison, veggies, and fruit for dessert for dinner. I have some condiments for fat for lunch, and then no fat. Okay, well, you know what? I'll probably add some fat for breakfast now. And maybe I'll add some Justin's honey butter. Let's do 15, and I'll add it to my, what's it called? Banana. Okay, 10 grams of protein left, 16 fat, 19 carbs. Great. Okay, now I'm gonna look at my calories per meal. 400 calories for breakfast, 380 for lunch, 463 for dinner. Probably don't need to add anything to that. That's quite a bit. So let's just add it in snacks. So now I'm trying to think, okay, what's in my cupboard? Well, I have these great, they're like fruit bars that I get my kid. So these, cool, I'll have one of these. It's just basically, it's from Costco. They're basically just, it's almost like diced fruit smashed in a bar, basically. Cool. Okay, carbs, bam, I'm in compliant, right? Because I'm under 4, because I have 4 left. We want to be under or over 2 to 5. Beautiful. I'm in compliance, right? Up to 5, I should say. I need more fat, which is a beautiful thing. I'll probably increase my walnuts. I'll go ahead and eat 25. Okay. If I had chocolate at home, I would have added chocolate, but I don't, and that's okay. Okay, so the next thing, now I have 9 grams of fat, and I'm like, where the heck am I going to add it? Well, breakfast, I have 9, right? Lunch, I have 15. Dinner, I have 12. Snacks, I have 20. So I could either add it to snack, or I can really beef up this breakfast a little bit. It's getting a little bit big, but I like to eat, so I don't mind. Okay, let's keep it there. 7 fat, 7 protein. So I just need a little bit more. You know what's perfect? Fat and protein. I could increase the bison. And I'll do that actually. I'll bring this to 5. Bam, compliant. 2 carb, 4 fat, 2 protein, ignore the calories. Completely ignore the calories, okay? How easy was that? You guys feel more confident pre-planning? That was it. Start with your protein, then do your vegetables, then fill in the rest, okay? It's just Tetris a little bit. Okay, awesome. Give me some feedback. You ladies good? I want to make sure you're loving it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add wine, okay? This is another huge issue because if you look at the top, where's the macro wine? I see carbs, I see fat, I see protein, I see calories, but wine is a macro. What the heck, my fitness pal, right? So let's say I add it to dinner. I do not go by brand. I do not give a crap. I just pick any of them. I type in the type of wine. That's it. They're pretty much all the same. Okay, I want a 200-gram glass. What the heck? It looks like I'm still in compliance, right? I'm over 4 carb. I'm under 4 fat. I'm under protein too. But now my calories are all busted. When you track protein, when you track alcohol, your 2 goals are 1, getting compliance in your protein, and 2, do not go over on calories. So now I have to delete something. If you delete fat or carb, your preference. It is personal preference. My request is just hit your protein, okay? So I'm gonna take out this little bar, so I don't care that much about it. 14 calories, I'll probably keep it there, but I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I'll just drop my walnuts to 20. Beautiful, right back in compliance, and I get my wine, okay? Any questions? So simple. When you're not tracking alcohol, remember, you can ignore calories. When you're tracking alcohol, do not go over calories and hit your protein, okay? Good, okay. Honestly, that's probably what I'll eat tomorrow, so I'm just gonna leave that there. So now let's go back to today. Now I wanna show you, so again, let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? I'm gonna go into something new. Now I'm gonna go into, well, I wanna go out to eat. It's so confusing to hit my macros because how do I even know how much I'm eating, okay? That's what I'll go into now. All right, so I pulled up McMinimans. I don't know who's familiar with McMinimans. My son and I eat there all the time. And so this is the one I'm gonna pull up. I have not practiced what I'm about to track because I want it to be really raw and I want you to see my thought process doing it, okay? I have tracked restaurants for a long time because that's like my hobby. I really enjoy it because it gets me out of my house and I can work, right, in a restaurant. Okay, so, okay, let me answer this question actually really quick before I move on. Okay, the question is that now considered compliant even though carbs are under, right? Even though now technically I'm under 12 grams of carbohydrate, 100% yes, you are in compliance because, at least under my standard, because you've hit your protein and you have not busted calories. Okay, so especially if that was one of my clients that just asked that, yes, you are definitely in compliant. Hit your protein, don't bust calories. When I check your macros in TrueCoach, if I see something crazy like this where your calories are spot on, but you have like 30 grams of carb left, I know what you did. So no worries, I got you. So carbs and fat can be out of the plus minus range when tracking alcohol as long as you don't bust calories. Perfect. Yes, exactly. Good. Otherwise, we would have to set an alcohol goal, right? Which would be crazy. Unless it was for less. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to pick an option. If you have a specific option that you guys see that you really want to track, just pop it in the chat and I will track it. While you're giving this a quick look, I do want to bring your attention to one thing, okay? I want you to look at the Brewers. This is a salad. The Brewers salad. That looks so healthy, right? Where'd it go? Blue cheese, hazelnuts, a bunch of vegetables, and a vinaigrette. How healthy does that sound? Amazing, right? Now, I did look on MyFitnessPal. I typed in McMinimans. Sometimes if you type in the restaurant, the actual food will pop up. It's pretty rare. This one did not. I'm not going to track that one, but I wanted to show you something. So I did type in some stuff here. So let me go back to it right here. The brewer salad. I think that's the one we were just looking at, right? 51 grams of fat. That is my whole day of fat. What in the world? How is that possible? When I look at that salad, I do not see 51 grams of fat. That is freaking insane, right? So here's what you do. Okay. Yeah, the brewer's salad. Crazy, right? So let's talk about where the fat is coming from. The blue cheese, the hazelnuts, and the vinaigrette, okay? So what I personally do is I would just say, put that ish on the side, okay? They really don't care. You might feel a little extra doing the things. Okay, who cares? It's your body, right? Tangent. I had one gal say, oh, I feel bad saying no. It's like, okay, so you're going to abuse your body with excess sugar and fat and carbs and food because you don't want to hurt someone's feeling for not overeating? That's crazy. When we put it in that perspective, that's crazy, right? I don't mean to be selfish, but like take care of your body. You know, if their feelings are hurt, that's their problem. Not to be rude, but that is their problem. You're simply choosing health. Okay. All right. So anyway, I would just ask for those things on the side. Then you can manually put them on your salad, right? But then poses the question, well, how the heck do I know how much I'm putting on? That really comes with practice on your scale at home. Practice seeing how much of different food groups is a certain amount. Does that make sense? Let me know if anyone's lost, okay? Now, this is also why it's vital to eat variety, like we were talking about earlier. If you don't eat variety, you'll never have success tracking anything other than your 5 foods that you eat. You have no practice, right? So practice. But if you have to guess, just make your best guess. Guessing can help to track in like a cup, a quarter cup, a half a cup when guessing. If you don't have the experience tracking macros, that is okay. When you're eating out, is it a bit of a guessing game? Of course, of course. When in doubt, over track. You will get better the more you do it, okay? Especially if you're working with a trainer, like for me, if my girls are coming in like 6 out of 7 compliant or 7 out of 7 macro compliant and they haven't lost a result that I want them to lose, I'll find the issue. It's like, okay, what happened? You know, what was different this week? Like, we'll find the issue. Is it easy problem to solve? Okay. So just relax and just do your best. That's the takeaway. Okay, cool. So let's just go ahead and do one. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do the Dungeon Burger. Okay. It's mushroom and Swiss cheese burger. Okay, cool. Look at the top. 6 ounces of beef served on a bun with the things, and it comes with fries or salad. Okay. 6 ounces. That is raw. That is raw. Okay. If the menu or if the restaurant doesn't specifically tell you the weight of meat, always track 4 ounces. It's a standard restaurant portion size. It is rare they'll give you more because of price. So when in doubt, track 4 ounces of meat. Okay. But we'll go 6 ounces raw. Okay. So I'm going to go to my lunch. Raw beef. It's probably 80%, but I don't know, right? So this one at the top doesn't say anything specific. Okay. We're just estimating, right? I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. There's a ton of fat, not a ton of protein. This one probably is quite accurate. Okay. So I'm going to go 4 ounces. Okay. We have a problem. You see on the bottom, we only have the option of 4 ounces, grams, and pounds. I don't know how many grams 6 ounces of beef is, right? So just hit 4 ounces and then just hit 1.5. Okay, that'll get you 6. 400 calories of just the flippin' patty. It's insane. I would probably eat half of this burger and eat the rest at home. Okay, now we had Swiss and mushroom burger. Another thing you could do, I actually have been doing this lately. Okay, can you all see that okay? Swiss and mushroom burger. Okay, now let's look at the average. Let's just do this one for today, and I'll give you key points to do it manually. 722, 1,000, 430, definitely not. 200, definitely not. We have some lows, right? So the lowest is like mid 200, the highest is 1,000. I definitely overtrack when I'm out because most likely it's much higher. I would choose the 722 calorie. It also has the check mark, so that's the one I'm going to choose. I do double check here. I'm like, is there a lot of carbohydrate because the bun and the things? Is there a lot of fat? Excuse me? Okay, then I'll pick it. So honestly, I would just pick that. It's faster too. Okay. Now with fries, I typically, when I'm out, I track a cup and I eat half the fries they give. It's crazy, but they give you so much. That is my personal rule of thumb. You can create your own personal rule of thumb, but that's just been what has worked for me really well. Okay. Now, this is actually a good thing to talk about. So with other carbohydrate, let's say you have rice, sweet potato, baked potato is a little bit easier, but let's say there's like rice pilaf or something like that, and you're like, I have no freaking clue, right? Track 3/4 cup. That is my rule of thumb for people. If you're not sure what you're looking at, track 3/4 cup of carbohydrate and try to eat about half of what they give you. Okay, fries, I'm going to track just a little bit higher. Again, just experience, just kind of understanding how much food makes me feel this way, how much am I eating, how much should I track, okay? But when in doubt, 4 ounces of meat, 3/4 cup of carb, and eat half, okay? Another rule of thumb, ask for no added oil on your vegetables. It will save you hundreds of calories. It's weird, it's gross. Okay, that's it actually. Easy. We don't need to make it so complicated. I think we make it complicated because it's overwhelming, right? Just do your best. Do your best, track your progress. You'll know if there's a discrepancy. You'll know how you feel too the more you do it. Okay, any questions? Was that helpful? I know that one was a little bit quick. Let me know what questions you have. I'm gonna give you ladies just a moment. Another thing you could have done, I think with the burger it would have been hard. I have tracked individual items in the past. I did it for over a year. I tracked all the individual items. It worked fine. I just tracked it while I was waiting for the food to come, while I was sipping on my wine. But I now have gone to just typing in the item. Okay, yeah, the restaurant tracking is the hardest. What's hard about it? Let me ask you that. Let's see if we can help. Or when someone, yes, when you go to someone's house and they cook for you. This one, again, is such an estimate. Let's say they cooked steak and scalloped potatoes. Just give your best estimate. It's better to estimate and overtrack, right? When in doubt, overtrack than not track at all. So much better to just track and estimate. Man, when someone else cooks for me or when I go to a restaurant, oftentimes I will track an extra tablespoon of oil. There's so much random oil that we don't even realize, and it helps get more accurate. Okay, if you have specifics you want to talk about, just pop them in, we'll chat. Does this make you feel more equipped to be able to go out and track? Let me ask you that. Because if it doesn't, I want to resolve that for you. 100%. It's hard because you don't know how much fat they've added. Added butter or oil add up so fast. Yes, they do. So just track an extra tablespoon or two. It will help a lot. But then again, if you're going out, ask them, please use as little oil and butter as possible. They'll look at you funny. You won't taste as good. It's like, it's cool. It's fine. The more you practice, the less you'll care about what people think about you too. It will become fun, actually. In my opinion, it's really fun. Okay, good. If you guys have questions, just let me know. We'll go through them. Oops. Don't be afraid of fries and burgers. Okay, it's okay. Just moderation, right? Moderation. Work it in your MyFitnessPal. Okay. Now, cool. Now, the next thing, I'm going to a party. I have no idea what they're going to serve. How do I even prepare for it? The party's at night. How do I prepare for it, right? If you ladies know a way to prepare for it, drop it in the chat. What would you do? You're going to go to a New Year's Eve party. You want to stay on track with macros. You know you're going to drink. You have no idea what food they're going to serve. How in the world do you plan for that? I'll give you a quick second so I don't steal anyone's thunder, and then we'll walk through it. And then that was the last thing I had. This is sugar-free green tea. To me, I personally don't like green tea at all. This is divine. It's 0 calories. It tastes like a cup of sugar. It's really good. Protein in the morning, save fat and carb for the party. I wonder if you are a client. I hate that it says Facebook user and I can't see your beautiful names. Eat veggies in the morning too. Yep. Christy, is that you? Good. Protein and veggie heavy in the day. Save the carb and fat. Yes, you guys. Beautiful. Exactly. So let's do it. Okay. So let's go ahead and just do this. Oh no, I just got invited to a party and I've already eaten this for today, which is a decent amount of fat with all my half and half with my multiple cups of coffee and some carb. What do? No problem. I'm going to fill in my party. Oh, Melissa, beautiful. I'm going to fill in my party first. Okay. Yes, you ladies do listen to me, which is why you're both getting such great results. Okay. Now, so I'm going to use the dinner space for the party. Okay. No lie, ladies, I love my wine. I am a freaking wino. So I like to give myself plenty of space to drink my wine, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to have 3 glasses of wine, whether it's hand poured or a bartender. Let's just say it's a bar, okay? If you are in a restaurant or a bartender or whatever, a standard glass of wine is 5 ounces, okay? Sometimes I'll track 6 just to protect myself, just in case. So let's say I want 3 glasses of wine. So I'm going to track 18 ounces. Whew, 430 calories. That's a whole meal in my wine. Wow. Okay, cool. That's a good question. Someone said I would ask what they're going to serve. I love that. That's a great thing to do. That's a great thing to do. But just in case you don't know. So I'm like, okay, I want to have 3 glasses of wine when I'm out. And then I have no idea what they're going to serve. So what I personally do, so let's say we're having finger foods. I find fatty foods to create space. So let's say there's maybe cake or dessert or something like that. So 1/9 of the cake, what does that tell us, right? We don't even know. 1/9 of the cake. So let's go. Whoops. Clearly I can spell well. Chocolate cake. 1 slice. Okay. Well, in this case, because we don't even know what that means, but we don't know what food they have, I would probably go ahead and track this. 230 calories is quite a bit. It's probably like a small size piece. This is called a low volume food. Look at that. 667 calories. All I've had is cake and wine. That's insane. Okay. What else do you want to eat? If it's a meal, honestly, I will actually track beef, rice, a bunch of yum sauce, and veg, and just have it create the space. So to be honest, that's just what I would do, and I'm going to do that now. So let's say 4 ounces. But again, I'm just putting a filler. That's it. The reason I'm choosing the beef and the yum sauce is because they're high calorie. Okay. I'm not even going to track vegetables because, again, it's just a filler. It's not really any point. It's like 10 calories. Okay. Okay, so now I have left space for like 1,100 calories. This is about the amount of calories I personally like to leave space for an event, just in case. If I come up under for the day, it's like, oh well, right? I'd rather come up under than over. I like to be fit. 90 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein. Just don't be deceived because that fat and the carb go really fast. It seems like, oh, I have so much 90 grams, but it's like you can go in like a second, right? Plus all the alcohol calories. Okay. Now you have 63 grams of protein left and some carb, but you don't have all those carb because of the alcohol. So now what I would do is fill in the rest of my lunch and then a bunch of snacks with protein and veg. And then that's what I would munch on all throughout the day. And then here's what I have for dinner. I don't tend to track during the party, so I'll just have the space left over. I'll be really mindful about what I'm eating, and then I'll come home, I'll delete everything I had in there besides the wine or whatever I had, and then I'll best estimate what I actually ate, and then you can see how close you were. Okay. Does that help? Did that help you, ladies? It was a down and dirty thing, but really the main goal is protein veg, always protein veg. And to put everything in before you go. Those are the 2 biggest things. Okay. Ladies, any questions about macros? Good, I'm glad I helped. Any questions about anything about macros that we haven't gone over, that you're wondering about? Yeah, blocking out ahead of time helps tremendously. It's called pre-planning. And then you just follow it like a meal plan. It will set you up for so much success. A lot of ladies are like, I have 50 grams of protein left at night. It's like pre-plan. That's it. That's the solution. Pre-plan. Good. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions. How are you ladies doing right now? Are you like excited to keep tracking? Excited to try new things? Tell me where you're at right now as we go into a fresh new year. We have a few days left, but I find that these days are really the time and the space to create the momentum into the new year. I think that it gives people a lot higher likelihood of success versus just starting on Jan 1, right? Or Jan 3. Just build up those habits, that momentum. No questions, ladies? Macros. I really wanted to get down and dirty like with MyFitnessPal because this one can be a game changer. I'm excited for 2022 as well. Lots of goals. Cool. So much. Yeah, my food over 3 Christmases. I feel gross. Yeah, you guys. This is a thing to think about too. It's like we enjoy all these foods as we're eating them, but then it's like, think about how they make us feel. So when you have that momentary lapse of like, I just want to eat this whole pack of Oreos, think to yourself, I actually journal it when I mess up like that. And I remind myself, I feel like crap after eating all this. It was not worth it. Don't do it again. I did this for probably a year where I actively journaled after I felt when I decided to eat something I shouldn't. I don't really do that anymore. It made that much of an impact. I don't really do it anymore. And it took me years to get away from binge eating. 30 years, actually. It was like normal in my house. Growing up was horrible. Cool. Good. Awesome, you guys. Okay. All right, ladies, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'm going to go lift actually, but I'm going to pop in and out of the group all day, answer your guys' questions. Post your selfies. Write down what habits you're going to practice. Working out, healthy eating, water, smiling, journaling, meditating, whatever it is. Whatever habits that will get you to the life you want. Write them down. Woohoo, I'm working out. Take your picture, comment on each other, and then the person with the most engagement will get that $100 gift card. But it also, A, it pumps other people up, but B, it again creates the momentum in you. So like, yeah, a gift card is freaking awesome, right? You can go shopping, Nordstrom, wherever, get your workout clothes or whatever. But it's like, give yourself that gift of creating the momentum into your health and your fitness, or continue, right, the momentum into your health and fitness. Cool. Okay, guys, you are wonderful. I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to go into so much about weightlifting. I have never taught this topic like this before. I am actually going to break down all the ins and outs of program design. So if you do work out on your own and you're like, I don't want a trainer, but I want better results, I'll teach you how to get better results. For those who are like, I might want a trainer, I'll teach you how I program design to see if it feels like a good fit for you. Cool. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Get your lift in.